Welcome to the Embrace Strength podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Crocker. I am an experienced trainer and active life professional. I work with people who are struggling with nagging pain to get back to the activities they love without fear of re-injury. This podcast is here to educate and provide value to you on all things health, fitness, staying active, and personal development. Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome to this weekly recap. I feel like this one isn't going to be super long because honestly, this week has been more of a recovery week for me after the retreat. So the last time you guys heard from me, I was driving home from the retreat, and basically I got home Monday night, and then Tuesday I was absolutely useless in terms of productivity. I felt so drained and exhausted and really just more mentally and like my nervous system than anything else. And so Tuesday I just did the bare minimum in terms of workload, went to the gym, did some grocery shopping, kind of like the usual get back into routine stuff, and just tried to rest my brain. Really, like all week, I feel like I haven't been able to focus on much. I feel like I've been getting progressively coming back to life and back to normal a little bit more each day. But even still, yesterday I was having such a hard time focusing. And so yeah, like my recovery scores on my Fitbit are like excellent, but I believe this is more of like a mental drain than anything else. Like when you give so much output mentally in a short amount of time, it's going to take your body longer to recover, or your brain, whatever it is, regardless. I have not been putting a lot of pressure on myself this week to do like a bunch of creation and creative work and things like that because I mentally cannot. I'm going to try to get into some content creation today, or at least thinking about it for the next week. But again, if I still feel like if it's not going anywhere, I'm not going to really push it, because in addition to like not only having the retreat last weekend, but really ever since we found out we were moving, honestly, our lives have been nonstop. And Patrick and I were talking about that this week, that really since the beginning of April, like since we found out we were moving, everything has been going at like warp speed. We have not had any time to relax or rest or anything since before he found out he got the job. So I know that's also playing a role into like why I might feel like I'm crashing this week. So I'm just letting it happen. I started reading a new book this week that I'm really into. It's like one of the first books other than anything by Frida McFadden that I'm like super interested in. If you know me, I love murder, thriller, mystery type books. Like it has to be really exciting for me to get into it. And I don't know what that says about me as a person, but it's true. Like everybody is into these like romantasy novels and things like that, and I cannot get into them. They're so boring to me. I don't know. So I've just accepted it, and it's like, look, I really only like these types of books, and so I'm not going to try and force myself into something that I'm not even interested in or doesn't catch my interest. So anyways, been reading that. But yeah, it's honestly been like a low-key week in terms of my life and my business. I've really just been thinking, like each day when I approach work, I'm like, okay, what does my mental capacity feel like today? What are the things I have to get done? Okay, no room for extra. Got it. That's really how I felt until today. I'm like, okay, I feel like I can do a little bit more than the bare minimum. And when I say bare minimum, I say like, I consider my bare minimum on the daily to be like anything related to client work, right? So answering my mentorship clients in Voxer, talking to my current clients, answering messages, writing programming, answering check-ins, things like that. Those are really like the bare bones minimum of my work days, but my work days are usually filled with a lot more business planning, content creation, things like that, but I have not had the capacity. We'll see what I can get done today. So far, I've done some extra like back-end business things. I did my books for May, updated that. I'm super proud of myself. I've been keeping up with my books every single month this year. That is something I will sometimes slack on and only get them done and be doing them like every 2 months or whatever, and then you're just behind. So I have it in my calendar to update that once a month on Fridays. It's either the end of the month or the first week of the month on a Friday, depending on how the days fall. But anyway, so I did do that. It's considered more than bare minimum. I'm recording this podcast, which is considered more than bare minimum. Sent out some contract renewals this morning. So anyways, that's kind of like where my head is at. I went to the gym this morning. I made it to 3 strength classes this week, which I was super happy with. And I have decided on like a frequency of my fitness right now, which I'm excited about. I'm going to go to the 3 strength days at the gym, and then I'm going to do 2 cardio days on my own, and I'm also going to have mobility on those days. I really need to write myself some specific mobility now that I figured out, okay, what do I want my schedule to be? And I'll be doing mobility on my cardio days and then also on my strength days. But I have some mobility things that I really need to continue to address / keep in check, because also my back started hurting at the retreat or right after the retreat, and I honestly know it's from stress. I think it is from higher stress and like that whole weekend travel, sitting in the car. And so I've just been kind of mindful of that this week. And so anyways, just trying to keep this body healthy, and so that is something that I need to do as well. But anyways, this weekend I'm looking forward to some much needed like chill time. So I'm planning to really just relax, spend some time outside with the dogs, go walking on the trail. We have a trail really close to us, so take the dogs on the trail. I think it's supposed to be sunny this weekend, so I'm trying to get outside too. I'm getting coffee with a friend this weekend / one of my old clients, so looking forward to that. Oh yeah, it's gonna be 77 and sunny all weekend. Gosh, I love being back in the South, let me tell you. We have had a little bit more rain than usual this week, but it has been warm and it is sunny more days than cloudy, so super grateful for that. But anyways, that's probably gonna be it for this recap. Like I said, it's kind of boring week, but that's what's going on in my world. I absolutely cannot believe that next week is June. Like the year is half over. What? It is so insane. But anyways, if you listen to these, I appreciate you for being here. If you like my weekly recaps, I would love to hear from you. You can send me a DM on Instagram at CoachAshley127. And I will talk to you guys next week.